In the 1st century, in eternal Rome, a project was taking shape that would change the face of the empire. Emperor Vespasiano, with the ambition to leave his indelible mark, began building the Flavian amphitheater, later known as the Colosseum. The laborious task started between 70 and 72 AD, when Rome was the capital of the Roman Empire. The goal was to create a space where Romans could gather and enjoy public spectacles, but it was also a political project, designed to consolidate the emperor's power and display his wealth. Vespasiano knew that building an amphitheater of this magnitude would be a gigantic challenge, but he was willing to invest time and resources to make his dream a reality. The work progressed slowly, thanks to the financial support of the emperor and the efficient organization of his officials. As the amphitheater took shape, Romans began to imagine what it would mean to have a place where they could celebrate important events like gladiator battles and public spectacles. The construction of the Colosseum became an iconic work of the Roman Empire, a symbol of Rome's grandeur and majesty. In 80 AD, after 9 years of construction, the Colosseum was ready to be inaugurated. Emperor Tito, grandson of Vespasiano and his successor on the throne, prepared to unveil his masterpiece to the city of Rome. The anticipation was palpable. Romans had been eagerly awaiting the completed amphitheater, and emperors had invested large sums of money in building it. It was a monumental edifice that could accommodate over 65,000 people, with 80 rows of seating surrounding the central arena. The inauguration lasted for 100 days, during which public games and spectacles were held, drawing tens of thousands of people. Gladiators and wild beasts were the main attraction, but there were also naval battles, executions, and live historical reenactments. The Roman people celebrated with enthusiasm, dancing, and feasting in the nearby streets and squares. The night was illuminated by torches shining over the Colosseum, creating an atmosphere of glory and happiness. It was the golden age of the Roman Empire, and the Colosseum was its heart and soul. On the sands of the Colosseum, gladiators faced their mortality. The din of trumpets, the roar of the crowd, and the scent of blood and sweat filled the air. Life and death stood as close as a heartbeat. Romans celebrated their greatest games, and in them, human lives were wagered. As gladiators trained in the corridors surrounding the amphitheater, they didn't know that their next combat might be their last. Who were these men who faced death in the name of entertainment and imperial glory? How did they train and prepare to face mortality on the world's largest stage? The Colosseum, the heart of the Roman Empire. For centuries, this amphitheater was witness to the glory and decline of a civilization that dominated the world. As the Western Roman Empire weakened, the Colosseum remained a symbol of imperial power, but it was no longer the same place where emperors celebrated their triumphs or where the Roman plebeian masses gathered to enjoy bloody spectacles. By mid-5th century, the Western Roman Empire had fallen into decline, and Rome became a client state under the protection of the Goths. The Colosseum, however, continued to be an important place, although it was no longer the central hub that it once was. The Byzantines used it in the 6th century, organizing their own games and public spectacles within this iconic amphitheater. The Colosseum, that colossal stone structure rising above the Roman soil. A monument to the glory of the Roman Empire, where the blood and passion of gladiators mingled with the splendor of Roman culture. And then, when the light of imperial glory faded, the Colosseum became a Christian sanctuary. It was approximately 600 AD when the Pope decided to convert this place of gladiators and battles into a temple dedicated to Christian martyrs. The Romans had abandoned this site centuries ago, but the Catholic Church took it as its own, and there were held processions and religious rituals. The Colosseum, which had been the heart of pagan Rome, now became the heart of Christian faith. And so, the Colosseum survived the ruins of the Roman Empire, a silent witness to human history. As the centuries passed, the Colosseum would become an icon of imperial Rome, and its legacy would be the most popular tourist attraction in modern Rome.